So, last we left off with the Bronze Toads. You guys had made your way to the Gobble Inn, which you discovered was run by a Goblin.
Shut the fuck up.
Whom you hated.
About to bust this fucking bottle of
Low on funds. You did have to make a trade for some rooms. Zelfer was nice enough to essentially pay for all of you with a nice golden necklace he had procured.
I thought Zelfer was the one who bargained it down.
He bargained it down the first night. The following day, as you guys were securing rooms and about to head to the Grand Hall, Zelfer realized he's flat broke, but he had this gold necklace on him, which he gave to the Goblin in exchange for all of you guys to have a room for 4 days, which the Goblin very heartily accepted, not knowing the value of a golden necklace.
I didn't know the value of it
But
either.
the night before that, as you all went to sleep, you found yourselves assaulted by a strange dream entity, who
Oh my God.
very quickly
Dreamin'.
oh my God.
We were just assaulted.
Yeah.
We're dreaming.
Which you quickly realized was in fact one of the hags.
One of the hags.
One of the hags.
Holden, are you seizing?
Goddamn hags.
One of the hags from the hag coven you had attacked. Most of you had attacked in the Mage's Tower in Direwood. Sam was very confused as to why he was dragged into it. Dragged?
And was very adamant on getting the fuck out of it.
Yeah. Which would have been an interesting move, because if you had, the party would have been at a severe disadvantage fighting alone. And you also realized when you guys woke up that though it was a dream, the pain felt real. And when you woke up, all the scars or injuries that you had sustained in battle actually appeared on your physical bodies outside of the dream. However, they seemed as though they had had time to heal, as if you had received them weeks ago. But they were very real. After that, Zelfer and Six had a bit of a conversation about their mortalities and the goals of the party. You guys finished your rest, some of you a bit more exhausted than others, having been, we'll say, defeated in the dream. Fucked over, even. And as the day began, you had your breakfast, and eventually you heard a loud, booming, familiar voice that seemed to emanate throughout the tavern and probably the whole city. Yep. And which announced that the meeting in the Grand Hall was commencing in 1 hour. You took some time to secure your rooms, and eventually all of you left for the Grand Hall. As you made your way there, the crowd gathered and became larger and larger until you were surrounded by literally hundreds of people, all murmuring and talking amongst themselves. You got a few looks and a few, are those them? Or very distant murmurs. You made your way in, and you were escorted to the front by that familiar friend, the Inquisitor, the large, friendly man, who brought you up to the stage. And let me get my notes up here. and brought you there and told you that you would be starting in about 20 minutes. Until then, if you need the stage set up in any particular way, if there's anything else you need to begin, just let him know, or let somebody know, and it will be arranged. So, we're going to start with you guys deciding how you would like the stage set up, and I will actually bring you to the map so you can get an idea of what you're dealing with. Now, this isn't a perfectly accurate representation, but there are actually more people than this.
Can I flip the podium upside down? I just want to know if I can.
You can. I'll hate
I'm not
you.
going to. I'm not going to. I just want to know if I can.
You could. I'm not going to stop you.
I look at.
You probably should stop him.
I look at Six. Mr. Six.
And at this point, there is like a low murmur from the crowd.
Oh, by golly. I'm happier than a necromancer in a natural history museum. Yeah, hold it.
Lightning bursts through the ceiling and strikes Silver.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your stuffed alligator minions.
Yeah, but this is a bit of a representation. There are actually,
Boom.
you would estimate, just looking around, there's probably 400 to 500 people. This place is filled almost probably to max capacity, if not more.
Boom.
I could kill most.
Look at where
of these
Sam
people.
is. Everybody just used. Everyone's dead.
So I personally do think we should not go the route that allows Jesse to do whatever he wants.
Where even is he?
I was right here.
I could firewall and
Middle of this
probably.
group.
Let's see. Firewall is 120. It's 120 foot.
I hate how your guys' first reactions are to fucking.
Is-
Hey, which way
how
can we
do
kill the
kill
most of
everyone?
them?
It's a 60-foot wall. So, let's see. If I do it this way. Okay. Well, we must decide who is speaking first.
Hey, here's
I'll
the
start
thing.
the
I'll go
show.
first.
Fire flew from my fingertips as I rosined up my bow.
And just as a side note, there's a mild enough chatter throughout the room, like a grand assembly hall full of hundreds of people talking, that anything you say is probably not going to be heard by anyone. Maybe the guards surrounding the stage, but in case it matters, most of what you're saying is not going to be heard.
DM, I just real quick got some interesting news. I may have to bow out a little early tonight, so I would like to volunteer to go first for my speech.
Understood?
Hey, Six, who was that you were just talking to? Was that God?
Yes, it was.
I would like to pledge my soul to that god and become a warlock of the DM.
How early are we talking?
God.
Do you not know?
Pretty fucking early. Yeah.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I'll find out. Yeah, let me speech.
Okay.
I'll go second then.
Well,
Sam,
yeah,
you want
let's,
to Sam, you want to end it off?
Sure. Let's figure out how we want to set everything up.
I would like this table to be where this table is, and this table to be over here. Can we make that happen, Holden?
At this point, as you're deciding these ridiculous things, a man with a large, bushy.
Can we get rid of
You can
all
ask
these
this
back?
Self or
Yeah.
yes?
a man with a large, bushy brown beard in fine, like tan leathers and yellowish silks, and a
Get rid of
big
all that.
poofy hat, who was previously talking to the guards over here, walks up around the side and approaches you guys, and he introduces himself. Well, hello, you must be the restorative court something Direwood. Welcome. What can I do for you? How can we set this up? What would you like the stage to look like for your performance, we'll say?
Less tables.
Fewer tables. Can do.
Probably only need 2 tables.
Yep. He gives
This
a
table and this table.
okay. He gives a
One of
little
us
whistle
while
and a nod, and the guards that are guarding the stage start removing tables and chairs and bringing them somewhere else. Anything else we can do for you?
Yeah, so we only need 2 tables.
I want this table, and
Just
this
the two.
table.
Fine.
And this chair, and then this chair. And then this chair, and then this chair.
The whatever you like.
Just humor him, please.
Thank you, sir.
He's very picky.
And then I slide this chair right there.
He seems a little perplexed.
I
Right.
look at him and go, "It's feng shui. You wouldn't understand."
I don't know the meaning of the word. You're right. I don't understand. Anyway,
It messes with the total vibe in this room.
the vibe. Yeah.
Hold
The
on,
restorative court of the vibes.
I have vibe checked your
We-
room,
we
and it has
just
failed.
restored the stage.
Too many
Anyway,
fucking people.
unless there's anything else I can do for you. My name is Rizalin Guard Leader. I am the presider here. I run all of the meetings, town hall votes, beheadings.
Nice.
That last
Which
one.
one do-
That last one
which
was a
one-
joke.
Which
Tough
one's your
crowd,
favorite?
okay. Usually the votes actually. I don't. There are no beheadings here. That was a joke. Okay, sorry about that.
If there were beheadings, would it be your favorite?
No, I don't. You know, I couldn't say. Never
It
seen
would
one.
probably be my favorite.
Anyway,
You should go around saying that.
Well, I'm Zelfa.
he seems very uncomfortable now.
I grab his hand. I go to shake his hand.
He shakes your hand.
I kiss the top of it.
He gives a nod, not fully understanding. Seems a little confused, but yeah, pleasure. Your name?
I give him better mice. My name is Zelfa.
Good, good. Zilfer.
Zelfa.
Zelfer.
You can call me Z.
I will not do anything of the sort. Whenever you
Good,
guys are ready.
I wouldn't like that either. It'd be weird.
Right, Z. Whenever you're ready, just let me
Okay.
know. I'll give the word.
We will let you know.
Right. And he steps down and starts mingling with the guards again.
Does he have a nice butt?
Did he
Make
only
a
produce himself to
perception
suffer?
check. 7 out of 10.
Nice. I look at 6. Nice. Well, I would like to sit over here. Is the seat comfortable?
Very cushioned.
On a scale of like a gaming chair to I'm sitting in an auditorium, where is it?
I'm gonna put it right below like expensive gaming chair, like a solid 8 out of 10. Like some royal asses have been sat on here.
I blink at you too.
Anything else you guys would like to do before you start?
Beth, would you like to sit next to me?
Yes. I'll go over there. Where are you?
I am blue.
There?
Dabba dee dabba
I
doo.
want to go to there.
Am I there?
You are there.
Yay.
Perfect.
Sam
I'd
will.
wave over at 6. I'd wave at him.
5.
Say, come here.
Hey,
Come here.
alright, come over. Yes.
Yes.
35 gold.
Claire is frozen for me. Oh, there you are. Hi.
I just was sitting really still for a minute
You were
there.
sitting very still.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Blake, go ahead.
What?
Yes.
Why Blake? I thought Bess had called 6 over.
I thought Blake called.
I came over. I came over.
Am I gay?
Yes.
Oh.
Clara?
I'm sorry, what was that?
I thought you called 6 over.
I did, and he came over.
Oh, that's it? He's just gonna stand
Okay.
next to you?
Yes.
I thought you were trying to talk to him. I was like, go ahead.
Oh, no, I just like, come here.
Okay, so he's standing next to you right now.
Clara, you know that you can sit next to him in these 2 chairs.
But
Well-
I'm sitting with Zelfer.
Well, then you can sit in this chair and still be by Zelfer.
Well, where's Percy gonna sit?
Next to you,
But then where's 6 is gonna sit?
right here.
Where are you gonna sit?
I'm gonna stand.
Well, 6 is speaking first, so shouldn't he be standing?
Yes, but I'm gonna let him have his seat. I don't need to sit down.
I mean, you could probably do with a bit more seating.
I mean, if you really want to sit down, Sam, I'd get up out of the chair. Here
All
you
those
go.
years in the grave must have
It
weakened
was
your legs.
literally quite the opposite.
Well, here's a chair for you.
No, I just said I don't want to sit down.
Oh, then why'd you ask for my chair?
Oh, you want to sit down?
I
You can have
didn't
my
ask
chair.
for your chair.
Sam, you can have my chair if you'd like. If you need to sit down.
You're about to have my fist in your mouth.
Worst case scenario, 6,
About
you
that.
have my face.
I was not hungry.
You can sit right here.
How is the crowd looking?
Very large and very. There's a mixture. There's excitement. There's some disdain. Make a perception check.
See if I know how to do that.
Otherwise, if you guys want to, Yosef Freestyle, if you guys want to set your tokens up wherever you'd like them. Okay. The general vibe you get is people are anticipatory. They're very keen on seeing what's going on. For one reason or another, you're not sure why, but there's quite an energy in here. There's a lot of
Big
chatter.
energy?
Maybe. With a 13, you're not sure.
Well,
A 13-inch penis.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, are all your tokens where you want them to be?
Yes. I don't
I'm
know
not
if
certain.
Percy.
Do you guys want one more chair?
No,
We'll just swap.
Okay.
that was the plan.
Interesting arrangement. Okay. So about
Thanks, I hate it.
Mr. Sam, sit down. You're looking weird.
6 is also standing.
Yes, but he's going to be speaking.
Okay. And Rizarin walks back up. He looks to you guys. He kind of is back to the crowd. So you got just a minute or two left. I can start it whenever you're ready.
Are you ready?
I'm always ready. I love
Are
this.
you?
Yeah.
What are you ready for?
I'm ready to shut everybody up. It's my favorite
Oh.
part.
Strong man, aren't you?
I thought you said the votes were your favorite part.
You got me there. The voting is my favorite part.
Very commanding.
I can show you if you're ready.
Are we ready? I
So-
want to see them.
I just have to. You have 2 tables, 1 podium, and 4 chairs. There's 5 of you. 2 of you are still standing.
Yes.
Is this okay?
Feng Shui.
It's
Oh, it's oversight. That's the plan. Yep. Thanks
it's all
for
about the
reiterating it.
vibe.
Right. Oh boy, this should be very interesting. Well,
You want theatrics?
assuming you're ready, he steps on over to the podium.
Theatrics? Do you want theatrics?
That's theatrics. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
We're gonna let
As
the
he
shit.
starts talking, I'm gonna use prestidigitation to make 3 showers of sparks appear over him.
Says, "This will be theatrical, all right. This is my favorite part. Watch this. Watch this." He steps up to the podium, raises both hands. He says, "May all be sat and quiet. The session will now begin." And the murmur and the loud chatter dies down to a very low murmur all at once, and the room becomes almost
And there's
quiet.
just sparks raining on him.
And he sits there, and there's sparks raining on him. People are like murmuring about that, and he kind of looks up at the sparks, seems a little disdained. And
Too big.
the crowd isn't perfectly silent. There's still a bit of there's a moment of very quiet chatter, and as that chatter continues, a very elegant looking woman sitting off by herself to the right in a very bright pink dress with her long flowing blonde hair. She appears to be elven, tied back in like tied back into a ponytail. Raises one hand, and all at once the murmur stops.
I start to raise my hand to wave, not understanding. Very slowly. Just,
And the Rizarin looks over and says, "Thank you. As
Can
many of
everybody-
you have heard, those who stand on this stage with me now are supposed royalty of Direwood." And there's a little bit more of a murmur to that. Yes, Direwood. This young woman here holds the title of Royal Cleric. He points to Bess.
I win.
I know where that is.
And he says, "This one here, the title of Royal Mage," pointing at Zelda.
I nod my head and look at him with bedroom eyes.
Oh god.
You're just a fucking slut muffin tonight, aren't you?
This man stands as chief advisor, pointing to 6.
Yes, he does stand.
I nod.
That's why I said stands. This man is a true heir to the Crafton throne and has retained his title of prince. And this man is to be king. And there's a bit more murmuring to that, but again, the crowd dies down rather quickly. They will speak before you in a moment on behalf of all of Direwood, or what remains of it. Please give them your fullest attention, and know that once they have said their piece, I will be opening the floor to questions. He looks
I didn't know that would happen.
He looks over, and the woman in the pink dress very slowly and gracefully stands. He moves to the side. She walks up slowly and takes the podium. The fuck are you laughing at?
It's just the fucking thought. Percival turns to Zelf and goes, "The floor opens?"
Whoosh!
And that was the Royal Court of Direwood. Hopefully we'll never see him again.
We're instantly in combat.
As she walks past you all to take the podium, you notice, you can't help but notice her powerful presence. It's almost arcane in its ability to hold attention and quell any unrest. The room is dead silent as she walks up. All you can hear is the clunk, clunk, clunk of her stepping on the podium. Or not the podium, stepping up to the podium. She stands
Stepping on the
yes,
podium.
she stands on the
She
podium.
jumps and she's just standing
Talk
8
about a
feet.
commanding presence. Yeah. And she says,
One moment.
okay. Do we want to wait a moment? Or
Sure.
I don't know how long he's going to be gone, but yeah, you do
well,
notice
hold
You
that.
on.
said a moment. So.
Her.
Hold on.
Yes.
Does she have twins? Like that one? And like
You know, I figured somebody would start pointing this bullshit out.
that one?
Listen here, bucko. I'm not paying an extra $10 fucking to have enough fucking tokens to represent a crowd. You get the idea.
Man, her parents must have been busy.
Oh, they got kids. Looks like they've been busy.
That's like some osmosis shit to make that many.
God damn it. Right. So, as she stands with a commanding presence, she looks around, pauses for a moment.
I follow her eyes.
Thank you all for your undivided attention. Let it be known that I have reports confirming the presence of legitimate royalty, both within the restorative royal court that stands before you, that will soon speak to you, and within the guard of the last defenders of Direwood. And at this point, speaking of guards, Prishan guard, sweating and panting, kind of speed walks up the center alley here, takes to the stage, and walks up to this woman, and he very quietly kind of leans into her and starts to speak into her ear, and he speaks to her, and everyone watches for about 20, 30, 40 seconds.
45.
It's very quiet and strange, and there's a tension that starts to build in the room, and she slowly nods as he speaks. Eventually, after about almost a minute of silence, he leans away, and she stares out to the crowd for a moment, then turns to him and nods. She looks out to the crowd once more. Please consider this carefully. Keep the good of your own in mind. She nods to the soldier again, and they both speed walk off the raised platform and down the clear center lane here. I don't know why the fuck he's here. They both speed walk down, and you see the crowd further down the grand hall, parted by soldiers as they both leave. So, the crowd begins a loud murmur once again at this strange event in the middle of the beginning of the meeting. But at this point, the presider speaks up quite loudly. The restorative royal court of Direwood will now begin. And he steps off to the side, takes a seat, and he has introduced you guys, said you may now begin. However you'd like to proceed. All eyes are on you guys.
Jason.
I
I'll
step to the
take-
podium.
Man talk.
Sure. 6 steps up to the podium.
Does she have a nice butt?
6, do you have a nice butt?
Yeah.
Cool.
We've been over this. I thought he had like one of the nicest asses.
Anyway, I approach the podium. I look out solemnly over the crowd. What is the mood in the room here?
Make a perception or
big
insight
mood.
check. Each one could get you different things, but up to you.
Perception versus. Oh, where the hell?
You can only pick
Characters.
one though.
Each one could get you different information. Keep that in mind.
Okay, and what were the choices one more time? I
Perception
apologize.
or insight.
I'm
Perception or
fucking
insight.
cold.
I'm gonna do.
Oh, damn.
We're gonna go insight.
He'll take performance.
Insight. Okay. Oh, well,
Ooh.
okay. There is, after that brief pause
Oh,
from the woman in the pink dress, there's still a tension in the room. There's still this like very inquisitive, concerned tension, and people's attention on you. Before, you could sense that people were kind of excited and kind of, this is hype. Like, this is a big ordeal. They're ready to learn. They're ready to.
This
ready
is
to,
hype.
Yeah, it is hype. People are like really excited about this. But
They're
now,
vibing.
They're vibing, but that vibe has died down, and it's now this like pensive tension, and all eyes are on you as they're waiting for you to relieve it. Or worsen it.
Oh yeah, we'll relieve some tension.
This past
I
hard to say.
I let it hang for a moment or two, just to kind of let the mood settle.
It does not.
And when I okay, then that's fine. Then I sort of look off into the middle of the audience, and I begin my speech. Here we go. Are you ready?
Very.
We, and I motion to the people around me,
I motion back.
are Thank
You are
you.
just the worst.
Like, I will mute you.
We are Direwood's undying. Those that refused to lie down when the fires came to burn us. Those that remain. Those that fought and refused to leave. I was born the day Direwood died. The flames that licked her bones clean breathed life into my frame, gave it form and function. This exchange that I didn't approve, have never approved of, and as of such, I aim to see her resurrected, even if I return to her dirt to feed her regrowth in the process. We have come today seeking your help. We are under attack. From whom, it matters little. The fact is, without your help, Direwood will burn this time. The fact is, without your help, the evil that threatens to overwhelm us will roll through what remains of our city, through our shattered streets, over our meager fields, and through the mountain pass that brought us to you. And the fact is, without us, if we die in the streets like dogs, so will you. We have one opportunity to stop this in its tracks. Not rats, dogs. One opportunity to work together to stop this tide from washing us away for good. All of us. I prefer to appeal to your decent side, to make the assumption that your hearts are pure enough to help those in need and less fortunate, to ask for cooperation. But I fear that time has come and is gone, and that we no longer have the opportunity to approach this with cautious optimism. Instead, I hope to appeal to your sense of urgency and self-preservation. We need your help. You need ours. And every moment we delay is a moment we need for preparation. This is not an empty request. Priest and Direwood have long been allies and will be for years to come, once we are rebuilt. Our success is yours, and together the future is ours. Together, we will not fail. But we do have to live to see it. Thank you. And I step back.
Maybe we shouldn't have let him start.
There is.
Why?
First,
Fuck.
as he steps away,
I didn't actually think
very-
anybody was going to write a legitimate
Yeah.
speech.
there is a very, very tense silence. People start looking at each other. You hear whispers. And then the presider, who had announced you, off to the right, stands and begins clapping. And as he does so, the rest of the very elegant and well-dressed people behind him also not standing, but give like a golf clap and some nods. And it slowly, the room, it's not a full-on cheer, but slowly the room, you're getting nods and claps. Appreciative and understanding. But there's still a very
if I
strong
catch a few eyes-
tension.
I step to the side of my chair and gesture for it for 6.
I sit. Thank you, Zilpha.
I pat him on the back as I walk past up to the podium. 6, move your token.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have trouble doing that on my iPad. Can someone do that for me?
I got it. You're
Thank you.
good.
Thank you.
Like 6 is just kind of standing there and I'm just like, move.
Oops.
6 is just appreciating the clap. He's like, yeah, some recognition finally. I want to go. Okay.
Kind of wait for the crowd to die down a little bit.
Yep. The applause fades. The tension in the room is still very clear, but it's
Is it palpable?
It's very palpable. It's you can almost taste it. But it's gone from an inquisitive tension to a very you have people's attention. 6 has gotten their attention, for better or worse. Their attention is all on you now, even more so than before.
We didn't talk about who's going third, so I don't know what happens after me.
No, you don't
Kinda
all have
walk
to
up.
go. This is
We all have to speak,
This is whatever you want it to be.
including Oreo. She's part of this now.
Dude, the cat.
Wario.
That cat. Oh my fucking god, dude. That is the cutest motherfucker I've ever.
Like,
oh fuck.
Do you want to see really how small this thing is?
Put your foot next to it, but don't actually stomp.
Holy cow.
That's my hand next to this cat.
Aw, what a cute kitty.
Hold it there for a second.
He's
Hold
a
on.
baby.
Oh, wait.
But how big is your
Not that
hand?
much. There we go.
Your hand
Look
could
how
be
big
like
my hand
baby
is compared to my
Yeah,
face.
right.
Blake
Look
has
at,
decently
look at how
sized
big my
hands.
fucking hand
Chocolate
is.
Oh, I am
Blake-
now nowhere near this camera.
Blake has decently sized hands. He can fully grip my cock with both of them. So
This is correct. Anyway, so Zelfer approaches the stage,
Om.
and that is all.
he starts meditating.
I walk up. As Mr. Six has told you, there is a sense of urgency. Now, I'm not here to talk exactly about that as he is. I'm going to talk more about what Direwood means. I am a Simic. Most of you probably don't know what that is. It means I don't have a past. It was stolen from me. I don't have history. And I know here, history is something you guys care a lot about. Wait a second. But what I do have is a future. A future that lies within and with Direwood. A future that right now is looking quite dark. But we know, all of us, and I kind of gesture to my friends, know that with your help, we can not only brighten Direwood's future, we can brighten yours as well, and preserve the history of Direwood that is at risk right now. As Mr. Six says, there is an evil force after us, even though he's running away with the camera. There is an evil force after Direwood right now. And I fear that if we do not get help, there will be no future for Direwood. There will be no history with Direwood. It will die in terrible circumstances. So, we are here to tell you the story of what we have, and then ask for your help. And play on words intended. The situation is looking very dire for Direwood. I know that.
You see, sorry,
I know. You see. Somehow.
I couldn't help it. It was like it was an instinct.
I know that things haven't looked good for Direwood. And we're here to show you that things are looking up, but we will need help. We're not asking for handouts. We're coming to you in our time of need and asking for a little bit of a hand up. And I really hope that you guys can look into your hearts and see that it is mutually beneficial if you could help us out. I thank you.
Best we start clapping.
There is this time not so much a pause. There's a modest clap, some nods.
Wait, give me a sec. I want to see if I can fake this bullshit.
Yeah, but
Damn it, never mind.
Does seem as though the tension has died a little bit. It has died a little.
I take a step back and I look to my friends and wait for someone to stand up.
Bess would stand up.
I take Bess's seat.
I am baby.
She just walks up to the podium. I am small and cute. Protect me and Direwood. Thanks.
Yeah, right. Aren't you small and cute?
So, the clapping dies down. People are, again, between each speech, there seems to be some chatter. But once Bess, you walk up to the stage, it dies down respectfully.
Hello, everyone. I wait for them to say something back.
Nobody's
Hi,
saying
Bess.
everything.
What's up, gamer?
My name is Bess, and I've lived in Direwood my whole life, and I don't want to see my home get ruined, and any help would be much appreciated. Thank you. That's all I say, and I go back to my chair.
I applaud.
I use minor illusion to make it sound like applause.
Hey,
Okay.
that's good. I like that approach.
Yeah, there's a light applause. There's a bit more chatter after that one though. You hear a couple of chuckles, but yep, there's clapping.
I keep the clapping up. Just where am I sitting?
First of all,
Oh, are you on? And I'm here. Oh,
Now you're on 6.
Then you guys start playing musical chairs.
Jesse, when you volunteer other people, you volunteer yourself instantly.
No, we told
no,
Sam.
yeah,
We told.
they said to go last, so you're next, as you were the only one left.
Your mom, big gay.
Best kind of awkwardly
Ursula.
like looks around looking for a chair.
Person would stand up and give his hand to Bess and offer the chair. And he's gonna stand, clasp his hands behind his back, and kind of look up at the crowd.
She's just zooming all
May-
over.
may-
Okay,
may-
sit down.
maybe if you
Bex.
move to the-
Just the image of her just running back and forth, waiting for something.
Bess just lays down on the table.
Zophyr, sit down.
I am sitting down.
Zelfer,
No, you're not in the
Zelfer's
chair.
like,
That's not me.
yeah, what the
Zophyr,
fuck?
you are not in the chair.
Zelfer's in the chair.
He's in the space above the chair on my screen.
No. There, I moved
What?
him again. He should be
Yeah, there.
okay.
oh my god.
And that was hella confusing.
There is a quiet as Percival steps up, hands behind his back.
Big booty hoe.
My father, rest his soul, not, peacefully per se, was not a good man. He did a lot of wrong for Direwood, and one of those being, destroying anybody who practiced magic, whether it be emotionally, mentally, or physically. And surprise, surprise, I practice magic, he says, shaking his hands, jokingly, hoping to get something from the crowd.
Make a performance check.
Oh, God. Been waiting
This
for
is
you
for
to
delivery.
fucking ask.
This is for delivery of the joke.
Alright. I didn't actually have it up because I forgot I had to roll things into D&D, so
You forgot you had to roll and roll 20?
it was a joke.
Okay. The delivery is smooth, and there you get a good chuckle from a good part of it. You're satisfied with the laugh you got for that.
Good. That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah, you're satisfied.
After... let me go back a few years before the whole thing went to, explosion.
That's my favorite thing to go to.
Couple more light chuckles.
I used to be a member of the military in Direwood. I was one of the 10 Colossus, and nobody remembers because it was erased from history because my father hated me that much for practicing magic. I was the 10th. Nobody remembers me, which is a good and a bad thing. But I plan to rework how the city works with its ranks and magic users. Now, I like magic, but I also like swords. And the fact is that they can be combined, and it's awesome. And I realize how much I hate public speaking during this. And it's not even public. I just can't even talk.
Wow, this is as public as it gets.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it's-
well, no,
It's D&D.
it's
but-
like a
yeah.
computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in game.
But I could have a computer in public, but I know what you're talking about. He locked me up for 15 years, and I was only found after the explosion. It had taken that long for someone to come and find me. And I plan to never, if, Direwood goes back to its rightful glory, which it will, I will make sure of it. I plan to never let that happen to anybody ever again, because it is hell. It is absolutely hell. Each day crawling along. And the Pretian support would be absolutely fantastic. And I can't express myself enough on how grateful I would be for help. But I'm not gonna grovel. So take that as you will. But thank you. I need to turn back and walk back.
Bess would clap.
Minor illusion.
6 claps.
There is a I wouldn't say about equal to the clap 6 received, but maybe there's not that same tension. The tension is
two
dying.
less claps.
Like maybe 3 fewer claps. People
I
seem
make it up
appreciative of
with
what you
minor.
said.
I make up the 3 last claps with minor illusion.
But again, with each of your speeches, there's still this very inquisitive, like there's this chatter and murmuring of people asking each other questions and commenting to. There seems to be a lot on everyone's minds here. But Percival, you step back and take a seat, and we are left with Sam.
You're up, Dad.
Wake
I
up,
clap as it
Buttercup.
goes
It's
up
time to
the
speak.
podium.
As you guys start clapping, other people start clapping. Like as Sam steps up, and people start realizing, oh yeah, the king. And actually, the first couple of rows of people start standing and clapping.
I stand up as well.
Yep. And as
If
you
he
guys
stands up, I stand up.
as this wave of people standing, Sam, you step up, and eventually the entire grand hall, including the elegant people to your left, are standing and clapping for you before you've even spoken.
Don't fuck this up.
I'll look over and give them all a pretty serious look.
Give them all hugs, dude.
Like
I look back
the
just as
elegant
seriously.
looking people, the governors.
No, like everyone in front of me.
Oh, okay. You look everyone over with a very grim look, serious look. And that kind of cues the ending of the standing ovation. People sit down and are very, very quiet.
Thank you all for showing up to
Coming
this
here
assembly.
tonight.
I'm not sure if it's mandatory or not. How much anyone cares about Direwood. But I'm not a man of words. I'm a man of action. My brother was a man of words. The people of Priest played a big part in Direwood's upbringing. People of Priest helped us make it the city it is today. Unfortunately, I was not around long enough to watch it become as big as it is. However, I will do everything in my power to restore it to the glory I'm told it was. Even if I die trying. Any help from priests would just make that so much easier. But it's going to happen one way or another. Thank you.
There's a moment which Bess breaks with clapping, and everybody, again, the whole hall stands and claps. There are a couple of actual cheers for the first time. And some whistles. And people sit back down. After there's a couple of moments of, unless anyone's doing anything else. No. After there's a couple moments, it becomes clear that you guys have finished. The presider stands back up. And he walks up to the stage, stands off a little bit to the side, next to one of your tables, and kind of leans on it, and says, "The court will now be open to questions. I will be selecting one individual at a time. If you have a question, please stand or raise your hand." And you watch as
Percival raises his number.
Zolfer.
all at once. And you can tell that or raise your hand was very much an addendum, because it seems, this is a lot of people. More than half the people in here are standing just because there isn't enough seating. So I probably caught people off guard. But he looks around. You watch as maybe a fourth of the grand hall all at once either stands or raises their hands. And the presider looks kind of shocked at this, and he looks around. He says, okay. He looks down. One of the soldiers immediately at the front of the stage is raising his hand a little bit, and he says, "You, go ahead." And he looks at you. Everyone goes quiet. He looks up at you guys. He says, "For the cleric, you a healer?"
Yeah, that's me. I'm Bess.
Bess.
I'd stand up.
Thank you. In your honest opinion, how many lives is this going to cost?
No.
I really think that would depend on the amount of help we'd have. I don't think I'd be able to throw out an accurate number without knowing.
He nods. I suppose that makes sense. How much help do you need? And the presider says, no, one question, please. The soldier nods, turns back around, goes back to his duty. The presider looks around again. He sees a young girl, kind of toward the front, seemingly with her mom. He goes, young lady, go ahead. And the young girl, her mom smiles and kind of lifts her up onto her arms. And the girl says, I have a question for the one with the weird eyes.
That's me.
There's some chuckles
stand
throughout
up
the
and I say,
crowd.
Yes.
Yes, he says yes.
Racist little girl.
Okay, for a second, I look at Six and go, I think she's talking about you. Loud enough so people hear me.
Yeah, people laugh.
And then I stand up.
This eases a lot of the tension in the room. She says, why are your eyes like that?
Well, you see, I was born this way by people who really, really think life is funny.
That's it. He sits back down.
I
That's all
sit
he's
back
got.
down. And then I shrug and go, would they make you uncomfortable?
Kind of.
I
Sure,
apologize
make me
for that.
uncomfortable.
And I sit down because I don't know how to respond.
Presider looks at you. You're sure that's your full answer to that question?
I can't change my eyes.
Fair enough. Just
I didn't pick this. I don't have a... Literally, I think they took me when I was a child and made me this way.
You can't change your eyes, but apparently you can. Just find him again.
fair enough. He starts looking around again. And he sees... Actually, you guys would recognize the smith. He points to the smith. The smith
Is it
stands
Will?
up. Yes, it is Will the Smith. Will the Smith
God, I forgot how much I hated it.
and he asks,
At least it's not Jaden.
so, will there be any new opportunities in Direwood for Pretians if the city's reclaimed? I don't remember his voice.
May I take this? I
Sure.
stand up. Bless you. As it
Thanks.
is now, Direwood is a fabulous place for business. We have a massive trading caravan that comes through here once a month. I'm actually not sure how often that is. I just say how often it is. And the number of positions that will be need to be filled within the city. We will need smiths. We will need construction experts. We will need carpenters. We will need everything you can imagine. So yes, there will be a place for anyone who wants it in Direwood.
He nods, seemingly quite happy with his answer. He sits back down. At this point, the presider points out a man that appears to be in merchant's clothes, and he stands and says, a question for... I don't really care. Any of you. How exactly will helping to restore Direwood help us Pretians in the short term?
In the shortest of terms, you will not perish in the night.
By rats.
And
Bess would shudder visibly.
he says, was that a threat?
No.
One question.
I answered anyway. No.
Well,
I apologize. It is not a threat. It is simply the reality of the situation. I do not mean to be rude. I simply wish to attempt to
As
pass this
our
information along with verve and
as our
speed.
court mage said, the situation in Direwood is very dire. We're talking a fairly large army of rats. There's nothing that's coming here. You're the closest people to them. They will overexpand past Direwood.
At this point, the presider actually, he kind of holds a hand out to the crowd. I'm sorry, I'm going to take this next one. An army of rats. Can you please expand, any of you?
I kind of put my hand up and stand up. Well, you see, a madman has decided that this hysterium that populates around Direwood is perfect to be fed to rats to make them into larger and more dangerous beasts. And
Percy coughs.
these beasts he's trying to train to take over the world.
He wants to start out by taking over Direwood and then slowly expand to the nearby cities, the surrounding cities. So,
And I believe that I know that for a fact that means here.
There's a murmur in the crowd. And the presider says, all right, we'll move on to the next question. You, the mage. And a man in very wizardly clothing stands up.
I point at myself.
Yeah. And he Jesus Christ.
Jason's throwing stuff.
Jason's very upset about it, a mage asking questions. He says, I have a question for the royal mage.
I have a question for you. No, I don't. I stand up.
Would you and your associates here be interested in helping me test one of my projects? And the presider says, can we keep the questions relevant, please, to the situation at hand? I
No.
assure you this is very relevant to the security of priests.
No, I'm interested. Percival starts standing up. What experiment could be so important at a time like this? I genuinely want to know.
As mentioned, it is a matter of security for priests. Please find me at another time.
Okay.
I believe
No business card or anything?
if I continue now, the presider might have me thrown out. And there's a few laughs from that.
I just heard you cut out. The something might have you something.
The presider might have him thrown out.
So ask away, friend. No, I'm kidding.
Next, the presider points out a man in dark cloaks, his face a little bit more covered, but he stands. And he says, so you as a group, what do you know of the disappearance of the originator? And at asking this question, the entire Grand Hall starts murmuring and commenting themselves, and the presider says, again, I don't know if that's incredibly relevant, and he's struggling.
I'll answer your question with a question. What is the originator?
And at this, the crowd only grows louder, and they're chattering, and the presider is struggling to speak over them. And he says, everyone calm down, that is not relevant. And as people, start to die down a little bit, this man in cloaks again, he speaks up again. No! Doesn't anyone else, he starts speaking to the crowd, find it strange that the originator disappears, and 2 days later, these guys show up claiming to be royalty from a dead city? Is this not concerning to anybody?
I kind of walk
crowd
forward
could I do?
and raise my arm.
Go ahead.
I understand your concerns, and if you'd like, I will personally talk to you up to the side and show you the attention, and we can figure out what's going on.
Could I do a history check to see if I know anything about the originator? Or is that not?
I don't know.
I tell the man, come speak to us afterwards so we can find out what.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll a history check. It's a nearby city. Maybe you heard something in. Go ahead. I'll tell you right now, it's unlikely.
Oh god, the cops, the originator.
No, you're not entirely sure what that means.
Okay, thank you.
But now there is that tension, that unrest has returned, and everybody seems you've lost the crowd a little bit due to this man. And once he finishes that, he looks around, seems kind of pleased with what he's done, and he begins walking out of the Grand Hall.
Russian interference.
At this point, the presider he waits and he calms down the crowd, gets it back down to a very low murmur, and he says, I think now might be a good time to move on to questions from yours truly, pointing over to the folks off on their own to your left. And he says, it would appear the Pathfinder is busy, so I will ask the question I believe she had in mind. He looks to you guys, speaking loudly so the whole Grand Hall can hear him, even with his back kind of to them. Where exactly do you see relations between priests and Direwood 10 years from now? Your Majesty the King, please.
Best friends.
A full alliance. military, defensive, trade. As far as I'm aware, or as far as I'm concerned, priests essentially help build Direwood. There is no reason for us to not have any relations with you. I don't know how the relations with priests has been in my absence, per se. But I assure you, priest will be Direwood's closest friend and ally.
Maybe bring her.
Thank you very much for that. Anyone else? Vice Pathfinder. You go ahead. And the gnome that you had spoken to before, stands.
Laros.
Yes, Lareth. That's a little impressive. He stands up.
Yeah, Jesse
Literally wrote it in the chat.
That is true.
Hold it, you dumb fuck.
I was mildly impressed. You shouldn't have told me.
I had to do it for my own memory. You know how I am.
Jason, are you still with us?
I am here temporarily. I'm in the car though, so if I get choppy, I apologize.
Okay, because he would ask you in particular.
Yes.
He asked. Fuck his voice. Miyogi. I am Miyogi. Fuck. He asked. I can't.
What?
I can't remember his voice. Fuck. It's escaping me. I remember he sounded like
Miyoga.
He sounded like Miyoga. Master Inuyasha. Yeah, that'll do. He says.
Thanks, I hate it.
Master Six. What exactly is Direwood willing to give or do for priests in return for our help?
Well, I would say that Direwood would be forever in your debt. We would be willing to make great sacrifices for you both now in this coming battle and in the years to come. Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
He asked, what is Direwood willing to give or do for priests in return for help?
Give or do, yes. As I say, it is very difficult to have an economic partner, a wartime partner when there is only one of you. And I fear for the future of priests if we do not stop this in its tracks.
Sam would ask if he could elaborate on what could be provided.
Of course.
I apologize. My advisor has a lot on his mind right now and isn't all here. Direwood. When Direwood is restored, I say when it is restored, because we shall restore it one way or the other. Regardless of help from priests, priests will always have guaranteed trade from us, should they want it, as well as a seat of power within the restored Direwood.
At that
For your
mention,
help.
yeah, the crowd begins to murmur, and there is a reaction to that.
Bess would say to whoever, is that Percy sitting next to her?
Yes.
Yeah. She'd lean over and say, not to mention this way they won't get eaten by rats.
Thank you,
As well as, should you want it for research purposes, I suppose. I know Priest is big on research and
Research.
research and general tinkering and knowledge. Priest is big on knowledge. Of course, we'd allow you to use the hysterium that inhabits Direwood. Find out what it could be used for. 'Cause there's a lot of it.
This gets the crowd going. People are talking when suddenly another man dressed very finely stands up.
First from the shade.
And actually, it is the Inquisitor. The friendly tall man, who you know to be the head mage for priests. He stands up and says, "That actually brings up a good point. What what is the future of Hysterium? What do you want to do with it? Zelfa,
We're not quite sure.
The mage, if I may, or the cleric.
I kind of stand up. Study it.
This is done.
Well, as we said, it's shown the ability to make ratlings bigger and stronger
And smarter.
and smarter. So, but it does have side effects if you use too much of it. So, if we take the time with your help and shared research, of course, we could probably find benefits from Hysterium if we are able to actually take the time and use joint resources to figure it out. Of course, we'll get rid of we'll take it out of find a way to get rid of it from the air and the quantities in Direwood, and if it does turn out to be beneficial, you can guarantee you will be seeing plenty of amount of it yourself if it shows to be any value.
So, if I am to understand correctly, there are no plans to eradicate or destroy it.
If it turns out to be a very dangerous and terrible thing, then yes, gone. But if it doesn't, as I said, I want to research it first. If it turns out to have any benefits, we work from there. I would like to spend time figuring out what exactly Hysterium is and what it isn't. Because I know it isn't salt, but that's about as far as I've gotten. I'm hoping that gets a laugh from people.
I'll say it gets a little. It gets a couple. Yeah.
Got a chuckle from Sam.
Next, a shorter man will stand and he'll
How
say,
short?
Well, I believe. Let me double check my notes.
Not as short as
He
Laros.
is. Oh no, actually, I'm sorry. This is a rather tall female elf. My mistake.
That seems very different from the first.
Yep, I was looking at the wrong line. Very tall female elf stands, and she asks, "If I may, Mr. Crafton?"
That's. Oh, I've never actually been called that before.
Sir Crafton, do you prefer?
Sure. Or Percival, anything.
Percival.
Mr. Sir Percy.
Sir
Call
Percival,
him Dr. P.
Mr. Doctor, Professor, Sir Percival.
you may know this best and have quite a stake in the future of it. What sort of system of law is currently in place in Direwood under the rule of, I believe they call themselves the Rangers? What kind of system are you hoping to have in a restored Direwood?
Oh, I actually don't know if there's like names for it.
Anything you have in mind?
Oh, she spoke.
Oh, wow, this is a loaded question. Can I phone a friend?
You can always
I'm
turn
sorry,
to your
that was a
group.
bad joke. Well, due process is. See, I don't know how to fucking start this.
How do court systems work?
I'm trying to remember ninth grade, and it's just like it's fucking wiped from my memory.
You're thinking of this like far too
Yeah.
particularly, like just literally what does Percival want? What kind of laws? What, harsh or not, it's a very open-ended question. I worded it. I'm only telling you this because I worded it in such a way that you're thinking you need like official words and definite. No, just whatever.
No, I think you just think of an idiot, which is completely true. Don't get me wrong. Honestly, it's it's as simple as, at least in my head, how I'm envisioning it to be when we get restored to our properness, is if you don't act wrong, you don't have to worry about it. If you follow the rules, you'll be perfect. But as soon as you do something that's against the rules, per se, you will be punished. Like law.
She kind of looks around. People seem a little confused. She says, "Yeah, that's how laws work."
Mm-hmm. That's the question you asked, right? Is it not?
No. I'm asking, what sort of laws what are going to be your primary laws? What's important to you in law? What's important to
Murder
Direwood
people.
in law?
No killing. Assuming a big one.
No stealing, no killing.
Are you looking? I kind of stand up. Are you looking for Direwood specific laws or like
A code
very
of conduct,
simplistic?
perhaps?
Like, because if
I
I say
haven't like written any rules down yet. I mean, I can go over them if you'd like, but
So you don't have any plans for a system of law in Direwood as of now?
as of right now, considering the state it's in, that's not exactly at the top of our priority list, but it's up there.
So then I'm to assume the Rangers don't have much of a law either.
We haven't really asked, to be fair.
our main focus has been keeping people alive rather than punishing those who are people punishing those right now. It's more of a, hey, let's try not to make sure our citizens keep getting killed compared to let's punish everyone. Direwood's state right now does not. There are certain laws, of course, you know, and there are If you're asking if we execute, no, we have not. We do not execute. Executions are not something we are planning on doing right now either. The Rangers do not execute right now. There are people imprisoned for obvious acts of terrorism, burning people's houses down, attacking children, stuff like murder. But for like a specific set of laws, right now it's, as Mr. Percival said, priority is not lying with make a set of laws currently. We will add to them and make sure there is one, but currently it's not priority number one.
I believe the Frisian system is a model for the area, but would very much like to adapt. If you would be willing to advise us in certain aspects as we progress, that would be wonderful.
That actually answers my next question. Thank you very much.
I would like to know what the next question was.
I fear that you are thinking of this as me having the same iron grip that my father did. And I want to assure you that that is not how it's going to be. He ruled with not even an iron fist, but an entire right arm of iron.
I don't like that one.
I kind of
The
like
way he treated people who stepped against him was absolutely atrocious. And you can think that, oh, he's a king, he can do that. But to his own flesh and blood and his own people that he commands, that's unforgivable.
Sam would nod.
I would nod as well, but sideways and then up and down.
People seem a bit confused at that. Percival, you would know that your father put on a very good front.
Yes, but I saw the back.
Right.
And the middle.
And the top.
Why'd you say that?
And
the
a
bottom.
little bit of the dangly bits.
Okay, so moving on.
Yeah, we could have stopped, and it would have
We
been.
could have stopped a
father's
while
penis.
ago, yeah. Next, a bit of a stocky male elf stands up. And he says, if I may direct a question to Miss Bess, you called yourself?
She called herself it because it's her name.
It's best.
Oh, hold on, what is my phone doing? Sorry,
Eating shit.
it's being very weird.
Hi, Clara.
Clara, are you talking?
She can't hear us. She has AirPods in.
Clara, you here?
Hi. She can hear us.
I'm sorry, I muted myself on Discord because I was trying to figure out this headset. I'm sorry, and I was
Oh.
talking, forgetting that I had myself. That's my bad. I'm sorry. Hello.
Oh.
And the stocky man goes, "What's Discord? What do you mean you?"
He says, so how much of the city, there's so much speak of reclaiming, rebuilding, restoring, resurrecting. How much is actually reclaimable? How much will have to be rebuilt? How much will have to be restored? How much work are we talking?
Well, we do certainly have our work cut out for ourselves, but I believe with the combined forces of those who want to rebuild Direwood and the Pretians who are willing to help us, I don't think it would take more than a year to really rebuild like a central part of Direwood where we could then reach out to the rest of the citizens of Direwood. I don't think it would take more than a year with the correct resources and help.
And how many citizens are there then? How many are there left to reach out to?
As the blinker turns on.
No, that's that's the light in her head turning off and on, trying to think.
Would
There's at
Beth
least a
know how
village.
many? Clara definitely doesn't know how many.
Would
Beth being a citizen, would she know?
make an intelligence check because you've been around.
I thought you were gonna say intimidation.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Make an
You
intimidation
said
check.
intelligence?
Yeah, make an intelligence check. Make an intimidation check to
Intimidate him.
There's make him
enough.
think you know by
Enough.
bullying him.
Plenty.
I'll make him think I know.
More than 3, damn it.
Check it out. Boom. Nope.
How do I? Where?
I'm not very good at this.
It's under skills. It's at the bottom. Just look at unskilled. Int check.
Oh, there we go. Thank you.
Oh,
That's not very good.
what do you? Okay. You
She goes, I
She
think
knows-
there's exactly
she knows
this
all
many.
of them by name.
you specifically you recall a very specific instance where Zimmer somehow you recall estimated that there were about within the city, within the rangers, the village, and the remainder of farms and other houses around Direwood, he estimated there were about 400 people left.
You know, using my general knowledge of the general
don't talk.
area, I'd say there's probably around maybe approximately about 400. I
If
think
you were being more
I
exact,
should guess,
402 and a
as
half.
a very, very rough estimate.
Okay.
A fairly rough estimate.
Okay.
More specifically, 402 and a half.
How many citizens of Direwood are there? Well, I think there's approximately exactly 400.
Approximately exactly 400.
It might be exact.
No, it can't be 400. The Smiths just had a kid. 401.
400 and a half.
400 and a half.
The presider speaks up.
I'm just short.
For the Precian court, are there any more questions? I believe we still have plenty of questions from the general populace. We'll wrap up with just a few more. So,
6 more.
please make them good. He looks around as the court of the Precian court seems to have no further questions. Let's see. There was actually one I knew I needed to get to you guys.
No, you don't.
Here we go. Somebody somebody selected and stands up and asks, now, exactly what kind of reinforcements are you asking for? How many men? What sort of technology? Do you have any strategy for retaking the city? And for that matter, do you even have a military strategist? You keep asking for help, but you're not being very specific.
Our
Well, we
military
didn't exactly
strategist-
want to come in and make demands. Sorry. I sit back down.
No, what she said. We don't want to demand anything. So really, it would be whatever you could spare. Our military strategist would probably be
Light.
my other chief advisor, Light, who is commander of the Grey Cloaks. Or of the Cloaked Rangers, I apologize.
Sorry, back in my day.
Yeah.
Percy looks at Sam and goes, okay, boomer.
Okay.
The strategies for retaking the city would all depend on what resources, what aid could be provided, what technologies and what manpower you could spare will drastically alter how we do things.
Okay. At that, a male dwarf, the only dwarf you see on the Precian court, kind of stands up, and the presider, as he was going to select the next question, kind of goes, "Oh, yes, of course, of course. And the male dwarf speaks up and says, "So, what exactly
Shrek?
are you doing
What are you
in my
doing in my
swamp? What exactly would you like to see? What do you want? What would
Well,
help?"
What do you have?
I have skilled soldiers. I've got all sorts of siege weaponry, magics.
As much as I'd say we'd like siege weaponry, the city has seen enough destruction. We'd prefer to not destroy it anymore, lest we have more labor force to rebuild.
He nods. Understand.
Soldiers, magics, anything skilled on fighting singular combatants
Or groups of combatants.
or large groups in open area. Anything that can be provided in that front.
And as you say that, he kind of, you see this sly smile across his face, and he starts kind of wringing his hands, his fingers. He's like, large groups and open areas. Okay.
If you like to fight, I can assure you,
Ow.
you get one.
How important is it, honestly, that we don't destroy the city a little?
Define a little.
If you don't mind helping build,
Well,
Not
of
super
course,
important
of course.
Well, and off
there's
that
not
point,
too many inhabitants left in the city.
off the point that you seem excited
Oh,
about this,
good to know.
this would also be a chance for you guys to test things that you haven't tried before.
Hone
Hone abilities.
clapping his hands.
Kind of hone ability.
I suppose.
Testing,
Percival
testing.
would look at him and go,
All right.
if we get a force to rebuild the city, consider it your own playground.
Okay. Yeah, I like
fair.
that. I like that.
Well, we do want to preserve the history, of course.
Of course, history, very important. Yeah, yeah. And he mumbles something under his breath, and the the female elf next to him kind of just smacks his shoulder, like, "Come on." It's like, all right.
Show some class, Horace.
Horace.
I don't know where that name came from. I kind of just said
The
it.
presider looks around. There still seem to be dozens of questions to be answered, but he says, "Unless the priest in court has any further questions, we are running low on time. So, with that, if there are any closing statements from the restorative royal court of Direwood," and he looks to you guys, extends a hand.
I say, we greatly appreciate the time you took out of your day to see us. And yep, that's about it.
I kind of walk up. We appreciate as well, you guys, even considering helping us. As we have all stated, Direwood will be coming back.
That it
Regardless of help, it just would make it a lot easier and save a lot of lives if we had a little bit of help.
You get some claps. People, the crowd. It's been a bit of a roller coaster with where they feel, but they seem. They clap. They applaud, and it's a solid. The grand hall is all applauding for you. There's no cheers or anything or whistles, but you've given a solid applause. The presider nods to you guys, and then you see something a little odd. For the first time, he looks over at the court of priests, the priest in court, and he seems a little nervous. You guys can only tell this because you're so close, but you can see just like a single bead of sweat dripping down his forehead, and his eyes are darting around a little bit. And he takes a deep breath and he steps forward and says, "Right, well, thank you all for your time." He's quiet for a moment, looks around. He looks over at the priest in court, and you can see he's getting a few looks. He looks to the crowd. "One of the more important votes we will have held for some time. Please make the right choice. Meeting adjourned. And he quickly steps off the stage and says something to a soldier as the entire hall, anyone who wasn't standing stands up. The crowd bursts into a cacophony of chatter immediately, filling the room. The royal court stays sat. After he's finished speaking to a soldier, he moves over to you guys, and he says, honestly, it may be best for you all to stay seated here for some time. If you don't, you'll be mobbed with questions and opinions, and you'll have a hard time of living.
I think that'll be fine.
Mr. Stamp.
I need to go feed my pets.
Fact.
May I talk to the first soldier who asked the question that you pointed out?
Yeah, he's right here. You can just literally lean down the stage and.
I wasn't sure if he'd sent him off or something.
Hold on, I'm gonna go pee real quick.
Thanks.
Yeah, can we take a
Man.
quick bathroom break?
Should we take a break? On the end of that, are you guys waiting for the crowd to disperse? What are you doing immediately?
Nope.
What are you doing?
Sam starts to head out.
You're just gonna head out with the crowd?
Yep.
Okay.
He's got fucking pets to feed, dude. I got a kitty and a dog. I need to get back.
As you start to go, the presider's like, I wouldn't recommend. All right, you do you.
I just start making sparks on my table.
Yep. You hear a couple people in the crowd go, hey!
I make it in the air.
Yeah. People are like, woo! Yeah, Royal Mage, whatever. Sam, as you start to make your way out with the crowd, you are in fact bombarded. People are asking you questions. People are surrounding you. Like, are you really a king? Wait, what do you mean you haven't been around? Where were you? Like, you are getting bombarded with questions.
Nope, the whole thing was a lie.
I would tell anyone who would listen my general story.
Really? You're just gonna tell them?
Story. Yep. Like, I have no reason to lie to any of you. Like, if you believe it, you believe it. If you don't, you don't. I really couldn't care less.
Roll a
That
persuasion.
is how most of every
That's not
part
gonna
of life.
happen very well. It's not gonna go well.
If you do the thing, you do the thing. But if you don't do the thing doesn't happen.
Exactly.
Really?
See? No one believes me. I don't even care.
Yeah. So as you walk out, all that's on your mind is feeding your fucking pets. And you just very quickly go over, yeah, I'm like 700 some years old. I was
I died.
teleported here. I
was brought
died.
back.
I'm brought back, whatever. And actually, yeah, as you are telling the story, as unbelievable as it is, people start to kind of like, they're like, oh, whatever. He's just, they're like, oh, whatever. He's avoiding the question. They're kind of put off and concerned that, the king of Direwood is lying to them because they believe you're lying to them. They kind of start just talking amongst themselves, and you're still getting a lot of looks, but you're a big guy, and most people seeing you as quote-unquote royalty kind of move out of your way. You're able to wade through the crowd and quickly
I would
enough.
stop and I would look at the people who would be disbelieving and being like, it's a very, very unbelievable thing. I'm very well aware of this, and I'm still having a hard time processing it. When I died, the city, I would use air quotes, city of Direwood was 2 or 3 fucking houses. I'm being facetious. It was a very small village. Probably even less than a village.
2 villages.
And now it's this massive fucking walled city? I don't even believe it. I still try and punch myself. Like, what the fuck? Am I really alive?
No.
Why did you punch?
I'm
Is
gonna
this
allow
some
you another
weird-
persuasion
is this some
check.
weird
Make another one.
afterlife?
I want to see how this goes.
Why?
What the fuck, dude? Oh my god, I hate. Why? Roll 20.
Again, people are just like, and you can tell you're definitely, nobody's believing you. They're like, all right, and I'm actually gonna take note of that. A bunch of people now think the the king is a liar.
All because roll 20 is fucking crap.
No, it's because you left instead of doing what you were
Watch
told.
this,
damn
watch
it.
this. See?
Let me try.
Noted.
I don't know what you're on about.
You could ask anyone else.
You know what? I'll kick your ass.
Yeah, Jesse, I don't know what your problem is.
I fucking hate you. The fucking, I told them the advisor was there when I was quote unquote reborn.
At this
I don't
point,
even
after
know if
2
that's the
very
right
failed checks.
See, no, I know what he's talking about.
Yeah, after 2
69.
pretty bad
Nice.
checks, most people are actually
yeah, I
kind of
know.
ignoring you and like
See?
talking amongst themselves.
Jesse,
wow, roll
shut up.
20
I got
really.
Dude,
Oh my
look!
god!
There we go.
It took
After
you like
7
7 rolls, all getting less than 5. You rolled
Jesse,
a
I
single
got
6.
69. I don't
Holy
know what you're
shit,
talking.
dude. The roll 20's hating you tonight. Let's hope you don't get in combat.
No, combat's the only thing that I'm good at.
So you can see, Sam, you will see as you're making your way out. I'm actually gonna move the camera down. This little area to the left, bottom left of the map. It appears there are already people as they're leaving. People are funneling through, taking little sheets of paper and dropping them in some strange boxes. Not all of them, but several people are just kind of doing a little round trip as I'm about to demonstrate. They literally like walk through here, place a sheet of parchment paper in a box, walk back around, and then go to exit.
Are we allowed to vote? Can I vote?
We're not Pretians.
Didn't we do some ceremony? Prove that we were
could always
joining
ask
the
someone.
city? I don't know. Fuck it. Let's guard.
You ask him if you're allowed to vote.
Yeah.
He says, you're the king guy, right?"
Yeah.
He bows. My liege.
Please be very fucking not.
Right.
Formal.
Okay, dickhead.
He still
No,
seems
you can't
kind of
fucking vote,
intimidated.
idiot.
You're also a massive fucking guy.
Look,
he's-
I'm a soldier, dude.
right.
Please don't be formal. Okay,
Uh,
dickhead, what's up?
Right, fuckface. No, you can't fucking vote because I say so. He says,
Okay.
did you do the test?
Yeah,
Did you pass?
I think so.
I mean, we're standing here.
If you passed, then technically, I guess you could cast a vote.
No.
Cool. And then I just walk out.
You're not okay. You're just gonna walk away. Okay. So
You are a
Sam
shitlord.
leaves
You
with
are
the crowd.
absolute
The
fucking
crowd starts to
shitlord.
disperse.
I'll pet the horse and feed the horse on the way out.
Sure.
See if it's got any apples.
Sure. So Sam, you're gonna go take care of your horse. While I'm clearing all of these guests out, that I took so fucking long to put in here. What are the rest of you guys doing up on stage?
I'm gonna
Standing
walk
on
up.
a table.
She's standing on the table. I go to the guy who's been prestiging all this and like talking.
There they are.
The
What's his name?
presider.
Yeah.
Lareth. Or not Lareth. I'm sorry.
Hello.
He goes, what can I do for you?
You seem very nervous.
About what?
That's what I'm here to find out.
There was not the presider.
No, I said I was mistaken when I said Lareth. It's not Lareth.
Up.
He looks up.
I would-
A dragon, most likely.
Oh yeah. Why are you anxious? What's troubling you?
I'm sorry. I don't know what you're referring to. I mean, I spoke in front of a lot of people.
Is he lying to me?
Make an insight check.
I'm gonna be talking to that guard.
Did it pop up? There it is.
Okay. It's it's quite difficult to get a read on him right now. He's showing obvious signs of being nervous, but you really have no idea if it, why. You have no idea if it has anything to do with anything other than this meeting. He seems mostly on the up and up.
Well, just know, I'm here for you.
Right. I'm trying to be here for you, I promise.
Thank you, by the way.
All I can really say.
Thank you.
He looks back at the royal court, who is still all sitting. They have not left, though the crowd is mostly dispersed. These guys have not left. They actually they kind of turn around. They start talking amongst each other, still kind of sitting on the benches. And he looks back at them, noticing that most of the backs are turned. He says, "Just be careful, okay?
I nod.
There are people in the city who want to see you fail."
Oh, okay. Thank you. And also you did very wonderful up there. I was very impressed.
Thank you. I've been doing it for quite some time.
It
Your
shows.
voice, it carries.
Yeah. It's my favorite job, he says very loudly.
And you are wonderful at it.
Best job I've ever had. Now, is there anything else I can do for you guys? He looks back at the court. Go discuss.
Are we supposed to stay here?
Can I talk to them?
You can leave whenever you'd like. I don't know if they're gonna want to talk to you, but you can certainly try.
We can go talk to them together.
You
As
can
a group.
certainly try.
Percival's not there. He's done talking to
Yep,
the guard.
yep. You're over
I
here.
look around, seeing only it's me and Bess. Just between us, all three of us. You're an honorary Direwood person. You're an
Well,
honorary
6 is still
citizen.
there.
Yeah, I kind of look at all of us. You're an honorary citizen.
Bess would applaud.
The 6 also starts applauding. Yeah. Hey, welcome to it, honorary citizen of Direwood. Well done.
A Direwoody.
Sorry we
if you
didn't have
will.
you take a test, but maybe we'll think of one for you.
A
Six
dire
says.
Woody.
That actually brings a little, smile across the presider's face. He says, "Thank you." Right. Well, if I'm being perfectly honest, I wouldn't recommend interrupting us, but I'm not gonna stop you. You are considered royalty by many here, so maybe you have some pull. Whatever you choose to do, good luck.
I'll trust your opinion.
Just maybe wait until they've dispersed. Speak one-on-one. That's my opinion. Anyway, he bows very slightly and heads over and takes a seat with the rest of them.
My knots are tight. I tightened them with a monkey
So,
wrench.
Principal, you head down and you talk to you get a hold of the soldier who had asked that first question.
You, my friend, irked me a little. Not per se you as a person, but the question implying that there's going to be casualties.
Well-
I want to say there's not, and I like the idea of that, but I can't guarantee it.
Of course, I like the idea of no casualties, but you guys are talking about an army of rats? And you can see the other 5 soldiers nearby are definitely paying attention. He says, if we're dealing with an army of anything, there's going to be casualties.
But listen, being in the mindset of, oh god, we're gonna die, it's not a way to go about a situation like.
Well, you kind of put me there, I'll be honest. You guys are talking about this impending doom, this urgency that if we're next if you go down. Like, how can I not think in that way?
Touche, that's fair.
I'm not saying I want anyone to die. I apologize, sir. Recalling he's speaking to a prince, literally. If I offended, but I'm just thinking of my comrades, is all.
I've been there. I feel that. Understandable. Have a nice day.
Go through every battle believing
truly
that I'm gonna fucking come out victorious.
I meant no offense. You're bigger than this guy by a good foot. You're a foot taller, and
Honestly, I didn't take any offense. It kind of threw me for a loop a little bit, and I just wanted to clarify.
Clarify what?
So thank you for clarifying.
Right. Thank you, sir. He bows.
Oh, the formalities are killing me. But yeah, you're welcome. Percival's never been called sir or anything like that before.
He was called Sir Crafton. I must have. Ooh.
Yeah, that really. He was like, oh.
I was wondering how you'd react to that. Anyway. So what are you guys gonna be doing? Are you gonna head out? Do you want to wait around here?
Percival's gonna head back up and kick his feet back and take a chill pill.
All right. So you kick your feet back and just kind of relax after the hectic energy that. Beer had filled the room has dissipated.
Bess would stare at Zelfer, and every time he looked at her, she'd look away like she wasn't staring.
That's a very self move to do.
Right. So a minute passes, and then 2. If you guys,
Do we know when the
Go ahead.
votes come back? Like when the votes will be in?
Nobody's
Who's
told
voted
you.
off the island? We should have asked.
I mean, you still could.
I walk towards the guards who were asking questions as well.
Okay, yeah. I mean, they're literally 15 feet away from you.
I walk towards them.
Yeah.
I sit with my feet dangling down.
The one in the middle kind of looks back. Can I help you?
I just wanted to get to know the the people. Tell me about yourselves. Talk to me.
What would you like to know?
I'm Zelfa. I don't have a last name. I don't have a past. I am a little crazy at times, but in a fun way. I make things interesting.
Yeah, very interesting indeed.
I also burned your ceiling at one
He
point.
looks up. You can. There's still. It's been cleaned up, but there's still like a little ring scorch mark. Right. Well, I am Tibrith. It's nice to meet you. I'm.
I reach forward.
He shakes your hand.
I shake it kind of firmly, you know.
As firm as he can.
Yeah, as firm as you can. He gestures to his left to the man who had asked the initial question. He says, "This is Eris," and to his right, "This is Sillin. These are my boys. We usually guard the Grand Hall. Every once in a while, when fucking Silas over here gets into trouble, we are put on perimeter duty and made to march around the city and guard everyone." And Sillin, there's a little bit of a chuckle, and other than that, we spend a lot of time at various taverns, have our drink, enjoy our wives and family. That's about as much as there is. There are festivities. How familiar are you with priests?
Not very,
Well,
because I've only been in Direwood.
Can you guys hear me?
now
I
we
can
do.
now.
Now,
For
Okay.
Simics, we don't have much of a home unless
For
you
what?
want to be a Simic. I'm
Is
a
that where
Simic.
you're from, Simic?
Simic is my race,
Oh, that
technically.
would explain the. I'm sorry. Go on.
Yes. We don't have exactly a home, so I have been wandering, ended up in Direwood, and chose specifically to make Direwood my home. And also, if you guys will allow me, Priesthood, I would like to be part of my home as well. And that's why I'd like to know you people.
Right.
You guys are important. So do go on about the festivities.
Right. Well, I was just curious if you weren't very familiar with the city. You've stumbled in at an interesting time. In a couple of days here, on the 25th, I'm sorry, actually, hold on. I lost my place on the calendar. I'm sorry, on the 20th, there will be the Festival of the Gods. Are you familiar?
I am not.
Well, each year we create a festival. There's many sights and games and prizes. It's a good time for the family.
Right.
we
Sorry, Miller, but I came to the door.
Oh, got you. I thought you were like dismissing. Like, yeah, good, fun for the family, whatever. No, on the 20th, we
What?
celebrate all gods. Of course, the sanctioned ones that are allowed to be openly worshipped. I don't know if you've visited much of worshipping areas, but we do allow for private worship of any gods. But there are certain ones that are more smiled upon, if you catch my drift. However, at this time, we celebrate all of them, and we have fun games pertaining to each of them, and it's a good time. It relieves some of the tension that sometimes comes with being a town guard, as we get to run the festivities, run the games, and only a skeleton crew guards the city for that day. Usually, there are so many so many gods inside the city running the games and whatnot that if we were to suffer any sort of attack, well, we'd just drop the games and we'd all be mobilized within minutes.
Interesting. I say that I don't want it to come off as I'm not actually interested. Very intriguing. I don't come from an area with any festivities, and state of
That's
Direwood, it's
unfortunate.
not as common anymore. you all have to be running the festivities, correct?
It's mostly, yes. We do get a choice. We get to sign up for whatever festivities we'd like to run in order of seniority.
Would I be allowed to request, as royalty, one of you accompanying me through the festivities? Kind of walking me through, be my guide?
He looks to his friends on his left and right. I suppose you could request it. We are well staffed. If you were to request it, I'm sure it would be. I can't guarantee anything, of course, but it very well could be granted. Shouldn't be hard to do. I mean, look
Because
around. We have so many gods just in here when there's almost nobody in here.
Because I'd very much like to partake, and you guys have been very friendly to me.
I'm glad to hear it. Well, you could always request such a thing.
I think I might. I look forward to seeing you guys there.
Are you requesting us specifically?
Maybe one of you, yes?
Oh, of course.
If you don't mind, of course. If you'd rather on the festivities, then be my guide and show me how to play, and perhaps win some wagers against a misfortunate man who doesn't know how to play these games.
They all look to each other.
I smile when I say that, kind of cheekily.
You can tell that now they're all like, no, I'm gonna be the one to fucking guard this guy. Like they're gonna be fighting over this. You've planted the seed. But the one in the middle again. Which one? The one in the middle was Tibrith, right? Or is that Arrow? Wait, shit. Which one was that? He says. He says, just so you know, if you aren't familiar with the area, I'm quite knowledgeable in the area and could help you a lot. He says, looking into the other two, I can tell you that the two primary deities of worship that are accepted as openly worshipped here in Priest would be Helm, god of protection, guardians and protectors, and Gond, deity of craft, smithwork, and tinkerers.
Oh, very interesting. I appreciate it very much.
Of course, I don't judge anyone for whom they worship, but just in case.
I was taught not to worship anyone, so I get to make that a decision as an adult.
That is an interesting position. Well, best of luck to you. Hopefully I will be seeing you in a couple of days.
Hopefully.
It was a pleasure.
Pleasure.
Now, we should probably return to our god duties.
Of course.
Yeah, I'll kind of turn back around.
I'll head back to my
Well, that is
My computer's really fucking up. I'm pretty sure you can hear it.
No?
No.
Oh, I have one red bar and I heard half of that last conversation.
Oh, we can hear you just fine.
Interesting. Okay. Score.
that was going on. That's over to 6 asked. Maybe we should look into that originator that was brought up.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. I have no idea what the hell that was about, but that guy accusing us was not fun.
Yeah, should we ask around?
Oh, yeah, I missed that entire thing. All I heard was that guy accusing us.
Okay. I don't know what to tell you. Do you need to restart your computer or something?
Isaac, restart your computer.
I think he's actually already... No, he's not. What? Isaac! Anyway, Bess, you were talking to Six. He says, yeah, that might be a good idea to look into.
Oh, there we go. So much better.
Okay, cool.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, Bess was just asking Six if maybe they should look into that originator thing, whatever that was about. And Six was agreeing that was not a good sign for them to be accused of something like that. And Six would probably
Should
also
we
point
ask
out...
around now?
I feel like Six would point out, it's kind of odd how he asked that, kind of looked around, and then just left.
Yeah, it felt like he was bringing up a point just to drag us down.
Could be. That guy, the presider, he did tell us that there are people who want to see us fail, and maybe that was one of them.
Should we ask the
Should we ask these?
guards that are here, or should we?
Yeah, sure, they could probably tell us. Maybe.
They better.
Yeah, they better. Zelfer, what were you doing after that conversation? Were you leaving?
Oh, I was gonna head back to our room.
Okay, you head back to the
Sam
guard.
comes back just to start strangling a guard.
Uh,
Who was
so
the originator?
You and Six, are you going to talk to the same guards that Zelfer was talking to? Oh, no, while he was talking to them, you're going to talk to the other ones?
Yeah.
Okay, so you head on over. Go ahead.
Oh, am I leading?
Well, Six
yeah,
isn't here.
Jason isn't here, and I'm
Yeah,
not
I
just going to
guess.
RP with myself, so...
Okay. Excuse me.
One turns
Sorry.
around. How can I help you?
Yes, we actually had a couple of questions. During our question, during the question and answer, it was brought to our attention.
You're cutting out quite a bit.
Originator?
You're cutting out quite a bit.
Oh, I don't know how to fix that. I'm sorry.
Phone closer to your face.
Like, it doesn't sound like an
Okay.
internet thing. It sounds more like you're
You're
just
too far away.
not picking up the voice.
I'm sorry. I'm also quiet.
You're a little quiet, but go ahead.
We'd like to ask you about one of the points that was brought up during our question and answer Q&A. Who was the originator? Who left not so long ago?
That was quite odd to bring up to you. I don't know why you'd have anything to do with that, but I will admit he had quite the point about you showing up so shortly after his disappearance. The originator, if you in fact do not know, he kind of like squints at you a little suspiciously.
I went back.
and he laughs like, right. Well, the originator, have you been to Widget's warehouse?
No. Have we?
Yes, you have.
Yes.
That's where Zelfer got in a fight.
Yeah, that's where Zelfer got in trouble.
Oh no.
Where all those different craftsmen and tinkerers were. Blake's just laughing.
Was it really me getting in trouble?
It was you almost getting in trouble. You had the guard. Never mind.
Wasn't it just the guy being a dick?
It was probably that guy that was being a dick that asked that question.
You kick his
Was
ass.
it?
No. I mean, it would be hard to tell because he was in some pretty hiding cloaks, but
Yes,
probably
it was.
not. The voice wasn't familiar, but he tells you the originator. He was. There are different positions appointed in the royal court of priests, and the originator is the lead tinkerer, inventor, the tech. You know, he is in charge of. He is charged with the leading and production of all works that the court will order for the military, for civilian use, etc., from Widget's warehouse. He was a good man. He went missing a couple of days ago. Actually, he kind of eyes the guards next to him. After he went in the direction of priests. Are you sure you don't know anything about this?
Went in the direction.
You mean the direction
Or
of
in the
Direwood?
direction of Direwood. That was a Holden thing.
I was gonna say, how did he get lost?
He
coming
walked
home?
in circles around the city and was lost. Oh, actually, after he went in the direction of Direwood. You sure you know nothing?
I've never heard of anyone named Legend.
I've never heard of Direwood.
Six
What
would
is-
probably say something like, "We didn't see anyone along the way here."
Yeah. We didn't see anyone. We don't. I know nothing of the situation until now.
What
Thank
are
you
the
for explaining.
numbers, Mason?
Right. Well, if you hear anything about Huna over by Direwood anytime soon, then please let us know. He's a good man. And I don't know much about the inner workings of the court here, but thus far there doesn't seem to be any plans to replace him. I don't know if there's something I don't know, of course, but the rumors are that he is missing, kidnapped, taken, killed. Who knows? But that man, when he brought up the originator, he did have a bit of a point. It is quite.
Maybe we could help find him.
That would certainly clear you of any suspicions.
Thank you, I'd say. I hope you have a great day and start walking away.
Okay, and Six goes, weren't we also going to ask about how long the vote?
Oh, yes.
Bess, if you want to, yeah. Sorry to bug you.
Walk backwards.
Yeah. So this whole thingamabob going on, the people vote on it. He says, yes. What about it? Well, we were just wondering. We're a little short on time, with the inevitability of the rat army coming over here and killing everyone. So, how long is that gonna take? And the guards kind of look at each other.
Says in a respectful manner.
Yeah.
He's a respectful man. He doesn't sound nearly as fucking
I
asshole-ish as you.
don't know. I don't know. I feel like I had that pretty good, but maybe I'm wrong. But the guards say usually votes last around 2 weeks. Is that does that not work for you?
What?
In certain circumstances, we have had rushed votes, but there's a reason they last so long. We try to allow everybody a chance, no matter how busy, to stop in and cast a vote.
That doesn't sound like America at all to me.
Well, we're not in America.
You get 1 day, stop what you're doing, and go vote.
Yeah, true.
What the fuck is in America?
Yeah. And
I think it's a continent.
quite rare, but in times of time-sensitive matters,
You mean a goddamn superpower?
they have shortened the voting time. Otherwise, usually, then if they believe it to be a more, well, actually, now I'm a bit I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news, but usually when they see something as more pressing, they don't leave it up to the public. The courts themselves make the decision, and only if they cannot come to a unanimous decision do they call a public vote to be a tiebreaker or the final verdict. So, with that in mind, I'm sorry.
Interesting.
I wish there was more I could do for you. Though I have my suspicions, you seem like good enough people. But
Thank you.
I am but a city god.
Suspicions.
My dad thinks I'm terrible.
I'm sorry, but again, the fact that our originator disappeared at the same time you were on your way here seems,
Did I robot through the explanation of the originator? I feel like I did.
probably.
Originator is in charge of
The widgets warehouse. Tinkering.
tinkering
Gotcha.
for the high council.
Ah, okay.
And yeah, these guys, it seems the public is a bit suspicious of you as the originator disappeared as you were on your way here.
What was the originator doing heading towards Direwood? Does anyone know?
I wouldn't know off the top of my head.
Who would?
Probably
Yeah,
one of the royal courts,
Royal court.
I imagine.
Mom, I'm getting bullied again.
Royal court. This guy won't tell us what we want to know.
Mr. Six, I want to stand at the podium.
I'm not stopping you, Zelfer.
I'm not there.
Oh, you're
Ain't
not.
no
That's
way.
right. Yeah. So, as Sam and
Thank you for
Zelfer-
your time.
Of course. Thank you for yours.
No. You're not welcome.
I'd give a short curtsy.
I give a long
nods.
curtsy.
He bows a little bit, as do the other two guards respectfully. So, what are you guys, the rest of you in the Grand Hall, doing?
What is the noise level in the Grand Hall?
Pretty quiet. It appears.
Oops, Percy's asleep.
Okay, Percy's asleep.
You are the worst.
When you don't feel like playing D&D.
I had a very set how he was feeling last session.
That's true.
You know he was sick.
You were
'Cause I
sick. Yeah. Bess, anything else from you then? Or should we move on?
No,
Nope. Okay. Six goes.
I would poke Percy.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
Yeah, Six was moving over to do something similar. So you guys wake up Percy. Come on, we should probably go catch up with the others.
And
Or
continue to poke his face.
I
Poke,
imagine they
poke,
went to
poke,
the
poke.
inn.
we
Oh.
could nap.
You can
Poke.
nap at the inn, Percy.
Fine,
Poke.
fine. There's beds there. You're right.
You're getting continually poked by Bess.
All right. I'm awake, by the way, Beth.
Okay, Sam. I
Poke.
imagine once. So I imagine once you have fed your animals, you're also at the Gobble Inn again.
What?
Once you have fed your animals, are you also at the Gobble Inn?
I'd go just to feed my pets, and then I'd go to pray.
You go to pray. Okay, so
You sure do love praying.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What are
everybody,
you, religious or something?
everybody but Sam, heading over to the Gobble Inn Tavern. Give me just one moment to get you guys there.
Ah.
Like, I bought a legitimate zipper.
Ah.
I saw.
I know. It's fucking awesome. It's got the world tree on it.
Holden, have you ever burped with vape in your mouth? Have you ever vape?
I know
remember-
someone. I can guarantee I know someone who hasn't.
Who?
I just did. It was kind of gross.
Well, Alex, because he doesn't know how to burp.
Fucking
got
got
him.
him.
He's not even here.
Hold on, I like how we're on the same wavelength.
A little bit.
It's kind of cute.
It is pretty cute. Sorry.
So are we
I'm
getting
just-
together on Saturday and drinking?
Yeah, you guys go ahead and talk. Just a moment while I set this map up for you.
Hold on, I'm talking to you.
Oh, yeah, probably. Why not?
Sweet.
Because you're pregnant.
I have Saturdays off.
Well, I wouldn't know. So
See, I know why you have Saturdays off, Holden.
Yeah, what's that?
Because it's for the boys.
You got me. You're damn right.
What is Jesse doing?
Not me, sadly.
Heyo.
What he said.
Heyo? Is that what you mean?
No, I meant the not doing you.
Oh, I thought you meant heyo, and I was gonna be like heyo, and then you would have been like heyo, and then we would have had sex.
Heyo.
Oh,
I
hold on.
wish.
Hold on. You should take
Yes.
Blake out to the bars this weekend because he still hasn't ever been.
That's true. That's true.
Still broke as fuck because I don't have my debit card yet. Isn't that fucking whack? It's been over a week. And I
Would
don't
you
have-
want me to pick one up for you while I'm in the cities on Monday, Tuesday?
It's already
Yeah,
it
Oh.
shipped 6 days ago.
Oh.
Okay.
But that's I don't know why the hell it's not at my. I'm just pissy right now, and I need to call TCF and go, hey, I will find you all and kill you.
I will find you and simultaneously fill all of your sinuses with piss.
And mayonnaise.
Okay. So you guys make
Yuck.
your way back
I
to the
thought
Gobble
piss was
Inn,
bad.
except for Sam, who is going off to pray.
Imagine
What you
praying in 2019.
So you guys make your way in. It's not a super busy. It's not super busy night, but there's the usual amount of people there still.
Do I see anyone who was at the meeting?
Do you see anyone who was there were a lot of people there. You presume that
Okay.
somebody was.
Do I see anyone who asked a question?
Make a history check.
Whack. I will do it just because you asked me.
That's the entire reason you're doing it. Looking around, you're fairly certain no.
I walk up to the innkeep.
He sees you. Welcome back. Welcome back. What can I do for you?
Did I do a job?
What's that?
Were you there?
For what?
Me speaking?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, I was there 100%.
I don't think you were telling me the
I
truth.
was in the back. You wouldn't have seen me.
Did I do a good job?
You did great. You do really well.
You actually just managed to guilt trip a goblin into feeling sorry for you.
you did fantastic. You did really great job.
Actually impressive.
Thank you. I tried my best.
I could tell you were really putting it on up there. It's good stuff. Good stuff.
Did you like my part about my mother?
Yeah, that was.
I didn't speak about my mother.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. No, I don't remember
And
that.
I walk away.
Oh God. Oh God. And you start walking away.
Batman's a liar and a thief.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
Never underestimate my ability to piss you off.
Yeah, no fucking kidding. Anything?
Bess, Percy.
Sorry, I was typing to hold in.
Understood.
Percy's gonna grab another cup of tea
Sure. Yeah.
and heartily pay for it.
Oh yeah.
And he's gonna take a sip in front of the goblin, and he's gonna look at him and point at the tea, and it's just pretty good.
Yep. I make it myself. Good stuff.
You make the leaves yourself, or
Yep. Homemade.
Huh?
Do it myself.
how? What?
With my big brain. Can't you tell?
It's a leaf.
Yeah, it's a leaf, all right.
You have piqued my curiosity.
What?
Now I'm scared.
Take another sip. Can't you tell? It's homemade. Good stuff.
I'm gonna slowly take another sip.
It's
Store-bought
fucking
tea. It's like Milo sweet tea. He just pours it into a glass.
It's just straight up Arnold Palmer.
Arnold Calmler. Fuck you, Blake.
Arnold.
Is
Gobbler.
anybody paying attention? Best.
Is anyone paying attention to Bess?
Six
Yeah.
probably would be.
Yeah,
I can
Six
if you
probably
want.
is.
I would say 6. Look over there. Point in the opposite
And you go,
direction.
whoa, what are you
urgently.
talking about? Look over and then probably look back over at you after a second.
And before he looks back, I want to run into the bear pit.
You want to run into... Okay.
Can I run into the bear pit?
You just run right in there. Yep, and Six is like, okay, what are you... Bess, that's a whole bear. What are you...
That's a whole ass bear.
That's a...
Does the bear notice me?
That's a thick ass man.
Doesn't seem to. Doesn't seem to care.
It
He's just
hasn't.
napping.
It hasn't looked up at us napping.
Yeah, seems to be napping.
He's just vibing.
He's
Can I
vibing.
go lay on top of the bear?
You can try.
I'm gonna go lay on top of the bear.
Make an animal handling check.
This is how people die.
The bear saw.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
you start gently, you start like climbing up, and you're quite light, especially compared to a fucking brown bear. So you start gently climbing up, and you kind of hear, he kind of lifts his head, looks up at you, and you just kind of stroke his back a bit, and he goes,
I say, don't worry, don't worry.
That's what my last
kind
girlfriend
of just
said.
like very, very slowly nods back off, and you are now laying on the back of a bear. And Six is like, holy, okay, how you doing, Bess? How's that going for you? Are you?
Do I see this?
You would now.
I look at Percy. I want to do something bad.
I will ask you to not, but just know I have no control over you.
Oh no.
Sam's not here. I pull out a coin. Heads, I do it. Tails, I don't.
And
I
Sam,
wave to 6.
you're
Say,
probably
"Hey."
on your way back by now.
Oh,
I'll sit
one,
right for a bit.
Okay.
one
No,
is
okay, you're not there.
one's a head, two's a tail.
If I was there and he did something bad, I'd fucking stab him.
Tails, I don't, so I don't do it.
So, Zopha, what were you going to do, if I may ask?
Make a really loud noise next to the bear.
I
Yeah,
don't know what I was
Zelfer,
expecting.
Zelfer, I appreciate you not doing that. Success. Thank you, buddy.
I would.
Someone should get this bear some food. This bear's hungry. I say, patting his head. Yeah, you're
Well, then-
hungry, I know.
Is you making bear noises how you sound when you come?
I
Yes, it is. I know. First-hand experience.
Claire's
Jesse
laughing,
and
which
I
means it must
can
be true.
confirm.
Okay, I have a range of 30 feet on this, Holden.
Oh no.
What are you gonna do?
Right there, I make minor illusion a pile of food.
What kind of food?
I'm gonna make
Bear food.
a small dead deer,
Okay.
What the fuck?
and then because I can do I believe I can have that and prestidigitation active.
If neither of them are concentration, I guess.
Yeah, they both last a minute, no concentration. I'm gonna make the smell of fresh meat.
Oh my god.
That's
Okay.
just you're rude.
Best you
And
feel,
I went.
you feel the bear shift as it.
Bitches.
And you're it stands up with you on its back. Make
I
a
latch on.
make a dexterity check.
You're such a shitlord. Oh my god.
Okay. You are barely. Oh shit, that's a pun. You're
Oh, she's over there.
barely able to hang on. You're like being almost being chucked off either side as the bear kind of half runs over to this non-existent pile of food and goes to take a chomp out of it, and nothing happens.
Breaks its teeth.
Goes another and is just chomping at this non-existent food. Hold on, I can't believe I'm making a wisdom saving throw for a bear.
It's investigation intelligence, buddy. Just so you know.
No, that's not what I'm rolling for.
Oh, because to actually see if it's not a
Nope,
spell.
not what I'm
Okay.
rolling for.
Okay, I was just trying to figure out if it's a spell or not. It would
Trying to
Nope.
figure
Guys,
out.
Not
you
what I'm
guys
rolling
know
for.
that Zelfer
Okay.
is fucking with the bear. Would I have seen that?
You tell me.
I don't know if I would have seen that. Never mind.
Well, the bear rolled in that one. So, Bess, I'm gonna have
Oh,
you
no.
make a dexterity saving throw
Oh god, she's dead.
as
You
the
just
bear
told me
starts freaking out, fucking pissed that it thought there was food and it can't eat the food. Oh god. Okay, so you guys watch now, rodeo style, as Bess is riding this fucking brown bear that's just jockeying all over the place. Now the whole tavern is looking over at this little fucking girl riding this completely upset bear, fucking kicking and bouncing all over the place, and Bess is just hanging on for dear life.
The bear's like, oh fuck, I can't believe you've
Yeah,
done this.
and the bear's freaking the fuck out, and this point the goblin starts running over. Whoa, Petunia, whoa, baby, oh shit, what the fuck is? Oh god, he's like trying to calm the bear down. Complete. He runs over, and the bear is gonna take a swipe at him.
Mauls him to death.
Because he rolled, that is 2 nat ones in a row. He rolled in that one on animal handling.
Oh no!
Soul the bear.
I get rid of the spell.
17 hits. The food disappears as the bear as Petunia swipes down on this goblin.
No.
I need to. Oh god.
Holden, roll fucking initiative with the bear and the goblin.
No.
Does this count as murder, hobo?
This is not supposed to happen.
Oh god,
I
the
was
bear
just
gets 2
gonna take a nap
swipes.
on a bear.
Oh, the bear gets 2 swipes. Okay.
Does this
That is
count as
also a
murder,
hit.
hobo? Hoboism?
I'll have to decide that
You're in
later.
trouble, Blake.
I'll have to decide that later. he
Okay,
says.
you watch as the bear 2 swipes with its claws, and the goblin's knocked back and thrown on the ground. He goes, he's bleeding from the chest, 2 giant scratches. And at this point, the big burly man that usually kind of guards the front kind of lumbers over. He goes, Petunia, calm down. And he reaches out one hand, and he's gonna make
And
an
he
animal
rolls
check.
in that one.
Is this...
Did he?
Oh
Is this dice weighted?
Did he actually roll in that one?
Nope, there's a 7. Nope, there's an 18. No, that's a 5. That's an 8. I rolled 3 nat ones in a row for this situation.
Yes! I fucking called it!
no.
fuck me. Okay. Fuck it. Listen, he has advantage because he knows this bear. He is the bear trainer.
Advantage on that one.
Are you?
Fuck you.
I'm showing stream. I'm showing stream.
Another one?
I'm showing stream. I am showing stream. Hold on. Can we see this?
Two nat
At
ones
this
is still in that
point-
one.
Fuck camera.
Hang on, hold and still show it. I want to look.
Are you looking? Are you seeing
Oh,
this
hang on.
fucking bullshit?
God damn it, Holden, there's an ad.
What the fuck?
Give me 10 seconds.
Is that your 4th or 5th?
I rolled 3 nat runs in a row for this fucking encounter. For this bullshit you guys are causing. And then I was like, God, is this dice weighted? Ha ha ha. And so I fucking rolled it 5 fucking times. It was a 5, 18, 3, whatever. I roll it a fucking again, because I said, fuck it, he has advantage because he knows despair, and it rolls another fucking nat 1.
What's advantage with next 2 now?
Curse is
Super
what
crit
it is.
fail.
So this bear is going to go ahead and try to fucking bite him.
I'll wait.
And claw him. Well, luckily now it rolled 2 fucking 3s, so those aren't gonna fucking hit. And the bear roars out and tries to bite him, and whoa, Petunia. Another claw past his face. Oh, jeez, Petunia. And he grabs the bear, like it starts wrestling the bear. They're gonna do contesting strength. And Bess, you're still just on the back.
I would like to try to cast command, please.
Okay. Sure. There's a DC 15 wisdom.
Damn.
He's a creature. Yeah, okay. Let's... Oh, wow, okay.
I feel as though it's partially my fault.
You rolled...
It's absolutely your
It's
fault.
a DC 15. Are you sure about that?
Are you sure about that?
Just double checking, because he rolled a 13 plus 1, so I just want to make absolutely sure.
The bear did?
It says that
Yep.
it's a 15 wisdom, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
that you have a one-word command to say to this bear.
Say halt.
Sit the fuck down, bitch.
Okay, you say halt, and the bear just boom, boom. Both of its paws down, and it stops. And I'm gonna give him another check on animal handling. That will do it. He's this big man. There you go, girl. There you go. He looks up at you. What the fuck just happened?
Well, I was trying to take a nap on the bear, and he sounded hungry. And my friend over there, I point directly at Zelfer, because who the fuck else would cause problems like this?
She doesn't know.
Who else would do that?
I'm gonna say there's a 50-50 chance she would fucking just guess. So why don't you roll 1d2 for me? And if you roll a 1, you definitely know.
How do I just
Slash roll.
I'm hoping for a 2. Hoping for a 2.
Ah, she
Fuck.
knows. She knows.
I point, I'm still on the bear's back. I
Yep.
point at Zelfer. I said, he made fake food appear, which sent our poor Petunia into a rage.
The barkeep looks over at you, Zelfer.
I'm like talking to 6, like, I don't. What?
6 is in on it. He's like, yeah, I can't. Yeah, that's a very. He looks over. That was. Yeah, I can't.
I'm confused. What's going on?
What?
When did the bear get over there?
What? The bear's been the whole time, Zelfer.
No.
Oh, you mean over there?
but no,
Yeah. When did the bear move? What? You get crazy. Hey, Bess,
Bess
what are
would
you doing
jump
up there?
off the bear. Where is Zelfer on the map here?
Zelfer is hither.
Your brown pings don't work with the
Bess
brown
would
background.
stalk up to him, point at him, say, "You do that again, and you're gonna be missing a finger."
Okay. I hold up my left hand.
I said, "Do that again, and you'll." Oh my
You.
stupid!
Okay. I start getting ready to cast this. Very visibly. We're making eye contact.
She's still pointing.
Mr. Percy, I want to call her bluff.
Zelfa, bet you won't.
At this point, the large man is just very calmly petting Petunia, like, it's okay, girl, it's okay, don't worry. And the goblin is just on the ground, like, ah!
No, Miss Miss Bess, I thought you were a healer. I can't believe you let that happen.
Can I bitch slap him?
You can certainly try.
One arm.
You can certainly roll an unarmed attack.
Can I? How do I go about doing that? I'm sorry.
It's a 1d4.
You have to hit me
No,
first.
she has to
Yeah.
hit first. You go to your character sheet. You go
Yes.
over to weapons, and there should be an unarmed. No, okay.
I think you have to set unarmed.
Yep. So unarmed. I'm just gonna set it up for you right now.
Just name it slash.
It's your strength or dex, isn't it?
I think it's strength unless you're a monk.
Oh, lame. Okay. So yeah, so for unarmed attacks, it is 1 plus your strength modifier. Then, so if you hit, you do 1 damage.
No, it's a 1d4.
Yay!
No, that's if you're not a normal person, Mr. Jesse.
What?
Normal
Talking
people,
about what?
normal creatures don't get special unarmed. It's just 1 plus strength.
Oh no, that's damage type. My bad. Your damage dice 1.
I'm pretty sure it's just a 1d4.
I'll give that. Okay. Yep. So now you just
it
roll
is
that
1
unarmed.
plus strength.
Roll the unarmed.
Yep. Does that hit you?
You're wrong, Jesse.
I
12,
literally just
shield.
said you're right.
Oh.
It is a 1 plus strength modifier.
I shield it. Just
Yeah.
Pay
So you're gonna
fucking
bitch
attention.
slap him, and your hand just bounces off of a magical force.
I'd turn away to go help the guy, the goblin.
Okay.
I make her poop herself.
You make
Can
it
he do
smell
that?
like she poops herself.
Yep, she shit her pants.
It smells like you've shit your pants.
Oh!
As you go over to the goblin, he's like, please help, please help. Ah,
Why do you smell like you pooped yourself?
oh, that's that smell. Oh, God. Did I shit myself? Oh, fuck, did I shit myself? Ah! There's a considerable amount of blood.
Man, I wonder what happened.
To...
At this point, the large hulk of a man is leading the bear back over to its pillows to lay it down, and seems to just be consoling it.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds at level 2.
Okay.
Which is 2d8 plus 4. Can I just type that in here?
Yeah, that's fine.
It's slash roll and then
Space
2d8 plus 4.
plus 4. Yep. Okay. What good rolls? Damn. You kneel down and cast a spell, and you completely close up his wounds.
Immediately.
He's like, thank you. I don't. Yeah, my Petunia, what a kidder, am I right? He stands up, brushes himself off. Why were you on my bear?
I wanted to take a nap. Excuse me. I'd walk a little bit closer. And can I cast Create or Destroy Water? Do I have that written in here already? I don't have that written. But I just want to create water just gushing over Zelfer's head.
At this point,
Just drench him for a
Sam,
minute.
unless you literally want to spend the rest of the day praying, you'll probably be returning.
I would.
Okay. So Sam, you walk
Can I
into.
drench Zelfer?
No. I'd spend the rest of the day praying.
Oh, okay. Like, okay. Can you create water over Zelfer? Is that what you're asking?
I'm sorry, it was breaking out. What?
You want to create water over Zelfer to drench him?
Yes, please.
Is there a range on that?
It does say 30 feet. I didn't know how much closer I'd have to
Oh.
get.
Yeah, then you could certainly just put water over his head.
I'm just gonna drench him, yeah.
Okay, so hold on, let me see.
I know you can fix it. I just want
you
to
create
It's gonna be
mildly inconvenient.
It's up
for a
to
minute.
10 gallons of water. How much water are you putting on this man?
10.
10 gallons, so just all over you, Zelfer, all at once.
I go. I'm dry instantly.
And now there's just a puddle on the ground around you.
Does that solve anything? Now she stinks twice as much because I cast prestidigitation a second time on her. With the same stench, with this James, just a slightly different iteration of the same stench.
And at this point, Six is like, "Oh God, Bess."
That's not me.
Bess, I'm kidding. I know Zelfer's doing it, but it's still a disgusting smell. Zelfer, can you stop with that?
She may be wet.
You're not wet anymore.
No,
Zelfer,
but-
turn the fart down.
Yes, Zelfer, please turn the fart down.
Up,
Turn the fart down, please.
up.
Zelfer.
Mr. Six.
When would Mr. Six punch Zelfer?
Never.
See, here's the
What's his
thing.
threshold?
Yeah, I'm wondering, at what point...
He's being really mean to me.
You know what? Actually, I can see him doing this. He's gonna attempt to grapple you. He's gonna attempt to grapple you. I'm gonna roll for him. You can...
Probably not win, to be honest.
Yeah, I believe that's an acrobatics or athletics, up to you. Let's see. I need to find his modifier because you could possibly. I mean, you probably won't, but you could possibly. I just want to be sure. 6 character sheet skills acrobatics. Yes, he is proficient. So that is a dirty 20. Yeah. So he grabs you and you try to fucking squirm out. He's like, nope. He's just got you like in a half playful headlock lock, like Zelfer. Come on, turn it off.
I add my third prestidigitation to make it even worse.
Oh God. Gee, and now some of the people in the bar are like, oh, what the fuck is that smell? Jesus Christ, what is? Like some of the people in the tavern are really starting to take notice, and he's still just got you in this headlock, like Zelfer.
I cancel all 3 of them.
Thank you, and he lets you go.
I put them all back.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I just kidding. Just kidding. I cancel all 3 of them.
Okay. And at this point, the goblin kind of walks back behind the bar and says, does anybody need anything? No? Okay, good. I'm going to go back here. And he just leaves. He goes behind some door.
What?
Okay. Yeah, please continue coughing right into your mic. That's very, very
I
good.
thought I was muted. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that was you were just coughing directly into your mic at us.
I mean, I do have a headset on. That's kind of where my mouth is. So
Right, but oh boy.
I can continue.
That is my new kink. Go ahead.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Whenever Holden pisses me off, I cough into his face. and
Yeah,
then
it's
he
really
leaves me
gross.
alone.
Biological warfare is an international crime, and you shouldn't be doing that. Is there anything you guys would like to do with the rest of your day?
Yes, the Geneva Convention.
Taking a nap.
Yeah, I take a nap with Percy on Percy.
On Percy. Okay,
I didn't sign up for this.
you guys can
Oh.
all. Hmm?
Before, well, I suppose not everybody's there. I'd tell whoever's closest in the party about the voting taking up to 2 problem.
Yeah.
Who all was there? Is Percy?
Sam
Percy and Zelfer?
Sam has decided to abandon you guys for the day, so it's just the 3.
Okay. But yeah, I'd share that with.
Actually, Percy would voice that he wants to go back to the Tinker's place.
To Widget's warehouse.
Yeah.
Okay. Six says we can certainly do that, but I mean they did mention that in certain circumstances they can make it shorter if it's a time sensitive event. It sounds like I don't know. We could ask.
And we might have better luck with the outcome if we help with the with finding the guy.
Yeah, the Tinkerer guy, originator. Yeah.
Yeah.
That could
yeah.
help, but
Yeah.
do we have any idea where he could be? I mean, they said he was going toward Direwood. That's about all we know.
Well, they said he was the lead Tinkerer, right?
Yeah.
So the Tinker's area would probably be the best place to ask around for him.
That's a good start. Was that what you wanted to go there for?
No.
Okay.
I already have my sunglasses, damn
You
it.
do have your fucking sunglasses.
Oh shit! I leave and go find the magic man who has my find familiar spell.
Okay. Yeah. So, given Isaac is big sleepy and his internet's fucking him over anyway, Jason had to leave. Zelfer, you will go get your spell,
Okay.
which you have paid for and are now broke because of. So
I
congrats
paid
on-
enough to cast it once, right? I asked to get the additional stuff.
Yes, you paid all
Imagine
you
being
needed.
broke
You have
in
it.
D&D.
You have it. Sam, you will spend the rest of the day praying, and the other three are heading to Widget's warehouse next to start inquiring about the whereabouts of the originator.
Yes.
Okay.